Okie dokie. So we are recording. Okay, good morning. This is our November 25th. It is Small Business Saturday. My name is Christy Card. For those of you who are new to our team, welcome. I am your Executive Regional Vice President, and we have Regional Vice President Ruth Sherlock on the call with us today, and some awesome guests who are Jen and Bethany, who are going to share with us. So super excited about what we have to share. There's kind of a lot. Announcements. Get your calendars out. If you're driving, kind of just make mental note, or if you can, if you're at a stoplight, like put it in your phone real fast, because there's some super important things coming up. December 1st, so that's in 6 days, Arbonne is officially launching Jamaica, which means not much will change except for the fact that they're gonna tell you how many months you have, how much volume you need, and how many people you need to promote. So just kind of be prepared. You really want to make sure that you're getting your game plan going for how many people you're sponsoring and how many people you're going to be promoting, because that's usually where people get caught. They have the volume, but they don't have the promotion. So you really need to be in that sponsoring, promoting mode to be able to earn Jamaica. Okay, December 6th, this is our Carlsbad meeting. So if you're not in Carlsbad, totally fine. There's also the Irvine meeting, and then there's all kinds of meetings all over the world. So wherever you're at, make sure you go. December 6th is ours. You want to pack it huge, because again, remember, Jamaica just is going to be launching, and you want to make sure that you have everybody there so you can be launching people like crazy in December, January, and February, so that they're promoting February, March, and April, so that you have that time to earn Jamaica. There's a strategy to this, you guys. You got to get on it now and not wait and procrastinate. December 18th is a DA in Carlsbad. It's the new one that Amy and Chris put on with a bunch of local San Diego peeps, BPs. That's another awesome tool to invite people to. So we now in San Diego County and now in Orange County have a meeting and have a Discover. So there's 2 chances to invite people. And this goes the same for anybody else in the world. Just make sure you have something to plug into and use those as a tool. So you want to put them down in your calendar. So that's why I said take your calendar out. You don't want to miss these. These are kind of burn them into your calendar alongside the Saturday morning calls. You want to burn them into your calendar. Those are things that we do as business builders, as multi-million-dollar business builders, that are always the same, legit the same. There is a Ben's Bash. I want to say it is on December 10th. I'm not exactly sure. It's Alex's. So when we find the picture of it, we'll post it to our page. And I think it's kind of LA County. So if you have anybody kind of LA, Glendora, that would be great. Or if you wanted to do, a little trip up there and make it a day, that would be really fun. She's awesome, and it's going to be a great day. December 23rd, those of you who are district managers and above, I am going to be adopting Erin Farrell's tradition. And so at my home, all of our managers, district managers and above, will be invited to my home. You're all going to get gifts from me and Ruth, obviously. And then we're going to talk about our favorite charity and make it an awesome day for just us. So if you are a brand new consultant, if you finish district before the 23rd of December, absolutely come. We would love to have you. And anybody who happens to be not local, we're going to stick you on Zoom if you can't get out here yourself. So that is the Saturday before Christmas. I know it might be crazy. It's going to be early morning. That way you guys can go run out and go do what you need to do. Kendra Scott, the person leading the Kendra Scott Challenge. Remember, we have a Kendra Scott Challenge every single month, so you can earn jewelry. The person leading right now is Nancy Brenner. She has 4 direct sponsored, and we still have almost a week left. The minimum is 5, so get on it, you guys. You really want to be getting yourself with new sponsors and earning stuff, because it's free, might as well. The Holiday Cash, I think that is over in 6 days, so check that out on the source. Champion Breakfast, anybody who is a manager and or above and or a consultant who does the 5,000 QV, you can earn the Champion Breakfast, and the Champion Breakfast date is December 2nd. December 2nd. So we'll meet at 9:30 in the morning local. If you're not local, you get a gift card. So go for it, because again, free stuff. Who doesn't like free stuff? And you have 6 days left of double PQV. Woo! PQV! So any of your own orders, your client orders, your preferred client orders, they all count as double PQV if you personally sponsor one new PC or one new consultant in the month of December with either their 150 as a PC or their 250 as a consultant. So make sure you don't forget about that piece, because if you don't have that piece, your PQB for Jamaica will not be doubled. Anywho, so that's, I think, the end, except for one more announcement. This Monday, so in 2 more days, we start a new nutrition group, and that nutrition group is the 27th through the day before Christmas. So that way everyone can get in and do one whole set of 30. Yeah, so you really want to make sure that you get on that and tell people about that. And if they're a couple days late, that's okay, but get them in. All right, I think that's it. I am actually going to go ahead and shoot it straight on over to Miss Ruth Sherlock for our first training, and stay posted because we have all kinds of good training today. Okay, go for it, Miss Ruth.
Okay, hi you guys. Can you hear and see me okay? Great. Okay, perfect. So like Christy said, my name is Ruth Sherlock. I'm a regional vice president, independent consultant. If I have not met you yet, I definitely look forward to meeting you. I'm going to train on today is just a really brief training on self-auditing. And so it's really asking yourself the question, a few questions really. So, you know, a lot of times you'll hear throughout your business, or you might say throughout your business, you know, I feel stuck, or I think I'm missing something, or, you know, or you're just not happy with where you are. So there's some really good questions to ask yourself if you're in that position, or you're not moving forward, you know, these things. And a lot of times when we get into these, I don't know if you want to call them like a little like divot or a slump, or you're just in a funk or something like that, we kind of are just waiting for something to change. But really what we need to do is look inside of ourselves and say, okay, what am I doing and what am I not doing? And so these are the questions that we can start asking ourselves along the way. So you'll want to write these down and really think about them. And even today, even if you think you're in a great place with your business or you're not super stoked on it, these are great questions to ask yourself all the time, and be really truthful with the answers. So the first question is, if I were to go out and sponsor myself, am I the kind of leader that I would want to follow? So if you're going out and about sponsoring, you're looking for certain people, right? You've made a list. These are the top qualities I want. This is the kind of person I'm looking for. Would you make that list in how you're acting when you're in your business right now? So that's a really good question to start with. Would you sponsor yourself? Would you see yourself as dedicated, motivated, self-driven, consistent, you know, all of those things? Would you be on your list? Sometimes I'm like, oh gosh, no. I am being a brat right now. I need to pull up my big girl panties and get to work, right? A second question is, do I take complete ownership of my business? Okay, so this is not looking to the left or the right or to your upline or your downline or anything. This is looking at, am I taking ownership? Am I responsible for where my volume's at right now? Am I taking that responsibility for learning, for getting the information? You know, am I going on the source, or am I just waiting or asking or calling or something like that to other people, versus just taking it on for yourself and waiting for that information to come to you? So that really goes with taking that initiative, right? And then the third one is, do I do the same that I coach and train others to do? So I don't know about you, but sometimes I'll be on the phone with one of my girls on my team, and I'll be telling them all, I'm like, oh my gosh, that was really good advice. I was like, oh man, I should take that advice. You know, there's definitely times, I'm not going to lie, where I'm like, oh man, I just told you to do what I need to be doing. So are you doing the same that you're coaching and training others? So again, just really reflecting back and looking at yourself in the mirror.
I think Ruth got stuck, yeah?
again, am I waiting for somebody else to give me the information? Am I waiting around and just being, oh, I don't really know that much about the RE9. I'm not really a skincare person, or, oh, I don't really take the, Digestion Plus, so I don't really know about it, but I hear it's good, right? No, we should really become experts about our products because we're business owners. And that is the benefit. The great thing about Arbonne is all of that information is out there. We have our amazing Zoom trainings that we get so much good information from, but we can go on the source as well. There are Learn and Burns. If you don't know about Learn and Burns, go onto the source and type in Learn and Burns. They're incredible trainings. There's SoundCloud. Talk to your upline if you're like, where do I get this information? Right? But seeking out those answers and not waiting around or just calling your upline, go to the source first and really take ownership again of your business. And then the next question is, do I consistently follow up with my preferred clients and keep them in the know? So this again goes back to being in the know about our specials, promotions, and products, but then consistently following up with your preferred clients. So a business owner takes care of their clients. You check in, think about your dentist. They're always touching base with you, sending you a birthday card. They'll touch base to see if you need your 6-month appointment, your hairdresser, like they're on it, right? And you appreciate when you're being serviced that way because you forget. So this is the service that we get to offer our preferred clients, is to make sure that we're consistently reaching out with them. And then the final question, and I think this is one of the biggest ones, is my heart to serve or is it to make money? Because a lot of times when we fall into a sort of slump, we start to get into this me mode. We don't really think about it that way, but we're not in service mode, because if we were, we would pull out our list, we would start connecting with clients, we would walk out the door, we would go share this gift with others, and we would grow an incredible business. So we've got to stop and switch our brains sometime, look inside, what is going on with me, not what am I missing, not what can I add to the system, not what trick can I try, or, we have the system. Everyone on this call has the same access to the same tools. So plug into them, use them. Do not be afraid to make mistakes. That will keep you down longer than anything else in the world. Don't be afraid. And seek mentorship and advice, not approval from your upline, right? So Christy just put, you're all smarter than me. We all have such great gifts to share. And that's why we do these Zoom calls with multiple people, because we all have different gifts. So anyways, with that, you guys, I'm going to pass it on to Miss Jen, because she has, speaking of an amazing training, we have access to her today, which is awesome. So Miss Jen, it's your turn.
Hi, good morning, everybody. I am Jen, a district manager from Northern California. So I'm actually a few hundred miles away from you guys. I'm going to talk about the Blackberry Fizz, the biggest, most Black Friday item I've ever seen, sold out in hours, devastated. Hope you got your hands on them because, oh my God. So the Blackberry Fizz. So I want to talk about the Fizz in general too, because there's a lot of great things about Fizz, and what I like to highlight about the Fizz, of course, is the fact that they are a bunch of B vitamins, and B vitamins are very crucial to our, our overall body, because we are constantly losing B vitamins with the stress that we are going through and the processed foods that we're consuming. Those basically deplete our B vitamins, so we constantly need to be putting more B vitamins into our system. The thing that I actually highlight the most, though, when I talk to people is the chromium, because the chromium helps balance your blood sugar, and your brain is the biggest consumer of glucose. So basically your brain runs off sugar. And so when it's being taxed, when it needs, all the glucose to keep functioning, it puts stress on your liver and your adrenals. So basically, the chromium is going to help restabilize that so that you're not stressing out your liver and your adrenals. A great example that Tanda Cook, naturopathic doctor and Arbonne consultant, Tanda Cook likes to mention is, it was just really funny analogy, and she said, just think of your body like a fire, and then when you're eating simple carbs and sugars and things, it's like throwing paper on fire, and it goes and it spikes, and then you crash, right? So just these little glimpse of energy that you get, And as soon as you have that spike, you're like, oh gosh, I need to keep throwing more and more and more, which is kind of what a lot of people go through with, you know, sugar and caffeine constantly spiking and crashing and spiking and crashing. And you just build up this tolerance where you constantly need more sugar. So great things that are a little bit longer, more sustaining are proteins and fats. But neither here nor there. I just want to talk about how chromium is fantastic for sustaining blood sugar, and it's a much better long-term solution for energy. Of course, the Fizz sticks have green tea, which is antioxidants, which prevents cell damage. It has taurine, which I've heard of taurine before, and I had this bad stigma in the back of my head about what taurine actually was, but apparently taurine is an amino acid that supports energy. The Fizz sticks also have ginseng. They also have riboflavin, which helps you metabolize carbs, fats, and protein. And then it has niacin as well. So really, there's a ton of amazing things in the Fizz stick besides the fact that they taste great, they have low sugar, and they give you a little bit of energy. There's just so much more to it. I've also heard that the rhodiola helps maintain your mood. There's just a lot of fantastic things about them. So the blackberry Fizz sticks, if you did get your hands on them, I hope that you did, but if you did get your hands on them, the thing that I normally like to recommend using the Fizz sticks for the most is to do mocktails, because I think there's a lot of situations where people are like trying to, like, when you're out and about, people are like, oh yeah, just have this drink with me and whatever. And for me, especially when I'm doing my 30 days and I'm out and about, people are like, well, if you don't have something in your hand, what are you drinking? They're trying to get you to drink something. So it's a really easy way to like look cool, feel part of the party, but not be derailing your 30 days or, you know, making a decision that you don't want to be making. So I really highly recommend looking into some mocktails, and it's so simple. There's 3 that I found that I really kind of liked. Of course, there's the mojito kind of version where you're using the blackberry with either lime or lemon and mint. We've seen that all over the place. Delicious. There's also blackberry and vanilla. So like if you want sort of like a more of like a rich kind of a mocktail, blackberry and vanilla. Or if you want to kind of make almost like a faux Moscow Mule and use blackberry with like ginger beer, those would be fantastic solutions. If you've seen me already, I've been sipping on my Fizz, and I mean, this is part of how I start my day. And in fact, the one that I have right now has a big chunk of lemon in there. And then I also have the apple cider vinegar, and then I have the probiotics. So I'm making myself a faux kombucha, and I don't know if you've ever gone out and bought kombucha, but it is like stupid expensive. So not only am I getting like a ready-made, not, you know, pre-packaged kombucha, but I mean, it's, you know, I get the bigger volume, it's more natural. And so I also suggest if you haven't tried making your own homemade kombucha that you do so. The other one that I was talking about, the other super amazing Black Friday special I was going to talk about is the Genius Ultra. So the Genius Ultra, if you haven't used it, you absolutely should. It's one of those things like where like we'll have them and we'll sit on them and we'll like want to share them, but we don't necessarily do it ourselves. And the best thing that we can do for our business is to have personalized results, because that's what people are looking for. People are looking for results, first off, and second off, they're looking for your testimonial, that you're not just talking the talk, but you're walking the walk, and that you can speak to it. So if they go, oh, well, I noticed that this happened, you're not like, oh, what is that? Like, you know, like, oh, I know what you're talking about. Oh, I just did this to this, you know? So the more that you have experience playing with and using the tools that we're, you know, suggesting that, you know, clients use, the better off we're going to be. So this fantastic thing, I love it. Oh my gosh. It emits 3,000 waves per second. It has time setting, so it's a minute, so it's that whole safety thing. It has 3 warmth levels. I, of course, like to use the warmest one because I like to be warm, but they're 32, 34, and 36 degrees Celsius. You can kind of play with it. I actually really suggest like playing with it on your hand. And I remember someone talking about, it might have even been Christy, about like doing very quick trials like at a coffee shop and letting people just kind of see it on their hand. Just to kind of get a general perspective of like what it actually does and see like instant results if they're scared to take their makeup off. Results that people see from it, of course, firmness, elasticity, radiance, moisturization, and smoothness. It utilizes low levels of unfocused ultrasound energy. So it's ultrasound and heat. It's how I explain it to people. And I'm like, you know, it basically helps get into the ridges, the fine lines of your skin much deeper than you can possibly get to with your hands using both ultrasound and heat. The special value pack right now is valued at $397. And it says $99 on the flyer for it, but if you actually go on to order it, it's actually $98.80, an additional 20 cents off. But it's a great value. It's a great value. And I mean, normally that's an add-on for $99, but now it's a $99 plus you're getting these two other extra great items. The one that I think has been sitting around for a while and people don't really pay attention to it is that rejuvenating cream, which is like an all-purpose, like hands and face, the whole gamut cream. And it provides 24 hours of moisture. So basically the highlight of the rejuvenating cream is to highlight the fact that it is great for moisturization. It uses phytonol, which is actually a combination of using alfalfa and chicory for tone and smoothness. It uses panthenol, which is for moisture, sunflower seed and safflower seed oils, aloe vera, and chamomile. So basically it's just a very mild, all-purpose, like face, body, the whole deal moisturization. If you haven't tried it, you totally should. And the little itty-bitty samples for it are ridiculously expensive, so I just kind of keep those on hand in my purse all the time. But the other thing that it comes with is the nourishing facial oil. The nourishing facial oil can be a lubricant for if you're using it for other products, using the Genius Ultra with other products as well. But basically, the nourishing facial oil is omega fatty acids. It's omega fatty acids number 3 and 6. And, you know, it's a great thing because a lot of people think that, you know, if their face is too oily, they need to dry it out, but it's the exact opposite. So especially if you have a lot of people, which I think a lot of people have issues with being too oily, to give that a go. So, that is the Genius Ultra. It is the best thing ever, and you really, like, the more that you can have your own results, and maybe even like a 30-day trial, start like doing like time-lapse stuff, show your own personal results like week over week, you know, month over month, the better off we are and having, because that's what people like start like perking up at, is when they start to see the results on you and they can see the comparison because they want to see what it actually does. So those are the two fantastic Black Friday specials that I am mentioning. If you didn't get the Blackberry Fizz, I'm so sorry, but the Genius Ultra is still out there, and make sure that you have one, and make sure that you have one to loan out and try with people. Other than that, Bethany, I'm so freaking excited to see you. Do it, protein.
Hi, good morning, everyone. I just had to unmute myself. So we are going to talk about our chai protein, and I'm super excited about this because we still have some left that we can have our people purchase. So here's pretty much how I sell our protein, and I also just pulled up the protein on Arbonne, and I live and interact in a very competitive and a very athletic community. So it's important because like my friends will always like look at labels, and they will like pick and choose and like dig into like little ingredients. And I like how Arbonne says that we're clinically tested and certified to have a low glycemic index. So each serving has a little effect on blood sugar levels and does not cause a spike in blood sugar. And that's huge, because then we can talk about how we can like look at everyone's day and go move that into the 30 days to healthy living and move it into the 30 days to healthy living lifestyle. And then we can just be race to healthy living, which vegan protein, which is nice because whey, remember, is a byproduct of a byproduct of a byproduct. And it also, it basically makes hogs fat. Like years ago when Arnold was trying to get like all buff, he, a weight loss thing when it's basically designed to make you like bigger. So that's when I'm like kind of talking about whey and like why I don't really like it. And besides being like hormone infested plus blood juice powder, which is kind of gross. And then soy is estrogen dominant. So that's pretty much like, if we're talking about like the main ingredients of proteins and meal replacement shakes, that's what I like going to. So again, we get 20 grams of vegan protein, which is awesome. And in terms of like the chai, so I love this I love our protein. I'm so excited to actually like try this on Monday when I get it, because I'm going to Will Call. I don't have to wait for it to be shipped to me. Sorry, guys. So I'm excited to try it because all of our other protein, I can just put it on probably like 8 to 10 ounces of water, ice, shake it up, 2 scoops, and I'm out the door. Like, I am so lazy. When Christy asked me to train, she's like, talk about recipes and all these things that you can do. And I'm like, I texted her at 6:30 this morning because I've been stressing about it, because I have nothing, like I don't do anything. Like I don't make anything fancy. I just like shake it up and I walk out the door. So she left me a cute little message that in addition to all the recipes that we can do, like whether it's like a chocolate protein or vanilla protein, like we can make soups, we can add it to food, or we can make lattes. And I trust that you know how to make, like, I trust that you know how to go into Pinterest and like find all these super cool recipes and like share them with your friends, because I'm super lazy. Like water, ice, shake it up, suck it down. I am out the door. So that's what I love about it. And then again, in terms of like selling it, I move it. Like I use it every day. Like every day for breakfast, I have a shake, put in some fiber. Well, maybe not fiber if I'm going to the gym. And then definitely Digestion Plus. And like, it's a part of my life. So because I use it daily, I'm able to talk about it and basically move more and help others with their food and their lifestyle. So that's it. Talked about low on the glycemic index, doesn't spike the blood sugars. I mix it with water. There are plenty of recipes out there on Pinterest and the 30 Days Healthy Living group. And then how to move more of it. So Christy, I think it's back to you, yeah?
Yes, ma'am. Awesome job, ladies. That was great. Okay, so those of you who did get a hold of the Fizz sticks, I'm going to just let you guys know really fast. And those of you who didn't, that's okay. Stay on because I have information for you too. Just letting you guys know, there was a 3-month supply in the United States that went out of sale in 18 hours. That is ridiculous. Re-freaking-diculous. I know Arbonne did not expect that, because otherwise they would have had more, I'm sure. But that just goes to show, and I'm going to say 3 things. It goes to show, number 1, nutrition is huge. We know it's a $12 billion industry a year, okay, just in network marketing. Just in network marketing, $12 billion. So what we need to understand, you guys, is we're coming into the season now. From now until the end of February-ish is like our major nutrition monster crazy season. And you all need to get on the nutrition bandwagon big time, because it's going to springboard your business. It's going to give you clientele that's going to be reordering. But nutrition is huge, so you can tell your clients, you can tell your prospects, we ran out of a 3-month supply of product in 18 hours. Like, we're the business you want to be a part of, obviously. Number 2, this is it. People want what we have. They want the nutrition, they want the health, but they want it to be clean, they want it to be safe, and they want it to be natural. And so we are the nutrition, but we're the good, healthy source. And my brother-in-law works for a supplement company who's trying to clean up the act of the world of supplements, okay? Because he understands, knowing that he's talked to me for years, that there's a lot of icky things in these products that a lot of these competitors use. And so they've created a brand that's better, you know, and he was talking about, you know, the things you want to have in your products are green tea extract, and you want to have chlorine, and you want to have chromium and B vitamins. And I was totally laughing. I was like, Jimmy, we've had that in our Fizz sticks since day 1, just letting you know. And he's like, oh, you know, because they think they're coming into something new and they have something amazing. But you guys, we've been like this since day 1, and we have the best tasting product. So not only is it clean, but it actually tastes good. So it's pretty impressive. We have exactly what people are looking for. And number 3, belief. Raise your hand right now, and I told you to put on your picture so I could see your face, if you've tried the Blackberry Fizz. Okay. Nobody has tried the Blackberry Fizz. So on belief alone, and so I'm moving into nutrition, and we're going to talk about belief. On belief alone, we, as an entire company, sold out in 2 countries in under 18 hours of a 3-month supply. Does belief have a sound? It sure freaking does. So here's what's crazy. We have no idea what it tastes like. We hope and pray that it's going to be good. I'm sure it's going to be delicious. But belief has a sound. And did you notice this whole week, your urgency. You didn't have time to wait, especially yesterday. Raise your hand if you were playing, or write on the comments if you were playing the game yesterday and watching how crazy the Blackberry Fizz was going down. Yeah, okay. It was like madness, all right? And there was such a sense of urgency that your feelings that usually get in the way on every other day weren't there. You had no feeling about, am I going to care about reaching out to this person? Do I need to put this order in? The feelings that stop you were gone because your sense of urgency was so heightened because you didn't have time to waste, okay? And your belief was so strong that not only our products are going to be delicious, but that everyone's going to want them. I'm letting you know, I bought 35 of them. I'm not even freaking kidding you. And I'll tell you what I'm going to do with them in a second that you guys can do with the other flavors too. If you didn't get it, I know, mouth drops. I am a smart cookie, you guys. I am a multi-million-dollar business owner, and I'll tell you what I'm going to be doing with these darn little thingies. So watch out. Here it comes in a second. So you pushed aside your feelings, and you did the Mel Robbins trick, the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go, and you made it happen. And so the thing is, you guys, on a normal day where we're not chasing the fizz and freaking out over fizz sticks, you're not going to feel like doing stuff. You're not going to, some days you're not going to feel like getting out of bed. If you have a regular job, you may not feel like going. You know, if you come home from work and you have kiddos, you might not feel like cooking dinner. There's a lot of times that we don't feel like doing things. And Arbonne happens to fall into that a lot because it's not a mandatory thing. You guys own your own business. You are your boss. So you have to decide that your determination and your discipline trumps your feelings. And you need to put your feelings aside. And I loved this example of our fizz sticks. Our fizz sticks, we don't know what they taste like. We don't know what they smell like. We don't know if they bubble correctly. All we know is that they're freaking amazing. And the urgency was so strong that we did whatever we could and whatever was possible to get those damn orders in. Am I correct? Okay. So you all need to, if you feel like you're not great with motivation, because motivation is a liar, does not exist, it's not real. You're not going to all of a sudden one day feel motivated and one day, many days you probably won't because that's real life, but you're not going to be like, I feel motivated today. No, you're going to have to decide to be disciplined and decide to make it happen, and that urgency will help you. So set goals daily and weekly if you have trouble with this. You need to create urgency. Urgency isn't created by anything else but you, and in certain circumstances by Arbonne when they launched Blackberry Fizz, okay? You need to create your own momentum. Urgency will create momentum. That's what's amazing. And if you want to reap a large harvest, you have to plant a lot of seeds. Bethany, raise your hand if you plant a lot of seeds. That girl plants so many stinking seeds, okay? And you know what? She's winning all the Kendra Scotts and winning the champion breakfast and stuff like that. It's how many seeds we plant and the urgency we create. If you're not doing your 30 faces each month, your business will stay where it's at or actually go down. That's just mathematical equation, you guys. It's not anything bad. It's just, that's what will happen. Belief. I'm going to talk about GoPro for a second. I didn't go this year. Obviously, you guys know there's been a lot happening in my crazy life. I would have gone if my mom didn't pass away. But the things that people walked away from GoPro is they said, number one, it's like 15,000 people in a room from all over the world, like people from Switzerland and Sweden who flew into Vegas because it was that important to them, like probably spent like $3,000 a piece to get their butts in a chair. The reason why it was such a big deal to them and why it's such a big deal for us to understand the magnitude is people need what we have. People want network marketing. They want to be able to stay home. They want to be able to work part-time. They want the money. They want it all over the world. They want it. They'll spend $3,000, $4,000 to come to Vegas to sit their butts in a chair for 3 days to learn how incredible our industry is. The belief that is shared in that room, you guys, Arbonne is this big, and the world of network marketing and opportunity is like massive, massive. And the thing about it that drives me up a wall is there's companies that you have to pay $6,000 to start that are non-consumable. There's companies where you have to have like 5 to 10 people on your team before you get a paycheck. There's all these like different weird things that exist out there, and people are like on it, like no problem. It's $79. $79. You make one sale, you get paid. It's so straightforward, so simple, so easy, so fair. We have the best. Glamour's putting us in their best products to buy for Christmas. Celebrities freaking love us. Mayo Clinic loved our results so much they put us in a stinking medical journal. Our results are absolutely incredible. We have the best ingredients and we are the best. And you need to understand and believe that, because we are free from bosses. We're free from alarm clocks. We're free from glass ceilings. We can travel. We do charity work. We get to watch people change, and we get to do it with the best products on earth, the best compensation plan, and the biggest, hugest opportunity. The only companies that the people are making like $1 million a month. And, when Ruth said money versus heart, you know what? I want to make $1 million a month because number one, I think that's really cool. And then number two, what can you do with $1 million a month? I could do so many incredible things for this world with $1 million a month. It isn't that I want the million for me. It's like, what can I do with that? Like, in the like incredible honor you can have with that, We are different, we are special, and we will be number one as soon as we're in the same amount of countries as these other big wigs. They only make more money than us because they're in more countries. That is straight up it. That is the only reason. And we have the best products out of anyone there is. Seriously. So I am going to do one more thing, or a couple more things. I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do with my Fizz sticks. Then I'm going to close up with some inspiration. So every single year, I go crazy with this nutrition. I know this is a time where people are looking for detoxes and cleanses. So why did I buy 30 boxes of Fizz, 35 boxes of Fizz sticks? Here's why. And you can start this today. You do not have to wait till December. You can start this right freaking now. Every single person that I reach out to about nutrition, I want them to work for me. And you guys who've been in the business have heard me say this last year and the year before probably. But if that person finds me 3 people to do the nutrition, I will put them in as PCs into a host party. They will get the 4th set, their personal set, for $90 plus tax and shipping. I did that by just using host rewards. So nothing is out of my pocket. My commission is $46.50 times 3 because that was the 3 original sets. So I made out like a bandit. I got 930 QV, and I have 4 new people who are probably going to fall in love with the product and want to reorder. If I have 4 people, if they find me 4, the 5th set is $90 plus tax and shipping. Put it into the host rewards party like I did with the other. But if they find me 4, they get a limited edition product of their choice, either a Fizz or a protein. Sneakity. They can't get it from anywhere else. So those of you who want to maybe save some of yours, if you got extra, do it. If you did not get extra, you can totally do this with a citrus Fizz or a palm Fizz or a something else or whatever. Or make it up. Give them a swag bag. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. It doesn't have to be anything expensive either. If they find me 5 people, the 6th set is, this is how I do it. You can make it $90 plus tax and shipping. I make the 6th set free. I cover the $90 in the host rewards plus tax and shipping because I made $232 in commission. So I still made $100 and something in commission, just as is. I'm a RVP, so I made 8%, 6%, 3% on top of it too. But if you're just a consultant, you make $232. I pay for the 90 out of my pocket. I got 1,550 QV from one person working for me. They now have done the Arbonne business without even realizing it. And I will also give them a free limited edition product. So I have 35 of these little guys sitting here because I am going to make people work for me. I am going to let them refer everyone in their life. And my personal goal last year was 40 sets. This year it's 50 sets. I personally want to sell 50 sets. And those of you who are like, that's crazy. It's not. No, it's not, because people are looking for this and they want to do this for the New Year's, and they're either going to pick yours or they're going to pick somebody else's. They're going to pick whoever comes to them first. So, and they're going to have their mom and their brother and their sister and their husband and their best friend do it with them because they want accountability partners. So if you do this right and you get on it now, you can start telling people now they can get on to the November challenge and do it again in December if they want to. This is where you guys will explode. This is where I went from 8,000 to 20,000 to 40,000 in 2.5 months because of this, okay? So between now and December 22nd, here's our window of regularness, regular life, right? Because the nutrition is going to be madness the last week of December. Although you want to be working it in now, you better be prepared to have the entire week of your last December packed full of nutrition events, your own lives, whatever you got. But now till December 22nd is your chance to do your events, do your launches, do your dream teams, do your one-on-ones, do a ton of drops. Life is crazy in December for people. Don't get lazy and let that unbelief spike into your mind. Do drop kits like nobody's business. Do one-on-ones like nobody's business. Fill your thinking calendar as much as you can, because this time is when you will be getting your Jamaica points in, and you'll be setting up your whole year for 2018. Okay. So I'm going to have you do this. I did this at my mom's service. I am not smarter than you. I'm not smarter than a 5th grader. Okay. I literally, you probably don't know this, but I'm dyslexic. I can't spell. I'm terrible at directions. I'm terrible at organization. The one thing that I know that I do correctly is I don't wait. That's it. I don't wait, because waiting does nothing besides stall. And so literally, you guys, when Jen was talking, I was like, oh my God, there's no way I could like repeat that stuff to people. So I wrote it down, thank God. But I want you to repeat after me, because my mom did this with me, and I do this with Quinn, and I'm now going to do this with you. So don't think it's stupid. I really want you to do it. If you're out in somewhere public, I want you to do it anyway. Okay. I am strong. Thank you. I better see mouths moving. I am brave. I am capable. I am smart. I am worthy. And I am courageous. And I can do anything I set my mind to. Do you all believe that? Why the freak do you get yourself in the way? I see, literally, I'll tell you what, because of our products, because of where we're going, because of nutrition, because of our new website, because of everything that's kind of happening, I see thousands of people changed by our products, with our nutrition, with our skincare. I see lots and lots of moms home with their babies. I see all kinds of amazingness, you guys, and you're not here by accident, so you need to get the heck out of your own way, and you need to stop the procrastinations and the doubt, because they need to come off. They're lies, and they're not serving your life. They're making you stay where you're at. That's all they're doing. And so you guys have to put them away, and you have to decide that you were designed for more, and you're going to have to know motivation does not exist, and you're going to have to rely on Mel Robbins' 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go, and just do it. So Arbonne is your vehicle. I was going to say, today is your day. No, but your time is now, seriously. There's 6 days left. You better end better than you ever have before, because why the heck not? If you end the same as you always have, you will have what you've always had before. So push yourself these last 6 days to have more in November, to have more in December, to constantly always have more. And your call to action, here we all go. Call to action, book 12 activities for the next 6 days. If that means you're going to do 2 one-on-ones a day, you're going to do a one-on-one and a drop kit, or you're going to do an event, I don't care what you do. I really don't, actually. I want you to just book the heck out of your stuff, because you might as freaking well, you guys. You sitting back and waiting for someone else to do it for you ain't gonna happen, you know? And get 5 guests to your next meeting. So if you are Carlsbad, December 6th, I wanna see 5 guests with you. If you're Irvine, 5 guests. If you're Texas, 5 guests. If you're Northern California, 5 guests. If you're New Zealand, 5 guests, right? If wherever the heck you are, Arkansas, New York, Louisiana, Florida, Boston, man, you guys, 5 guests, get them there, because those are the people who are going to get you to Jamaica. You might have to actually invite 15 to 20, just letting you know. So I'm going to end with this quote, bribe them with the new Fizz. That's right, Ruth. I'm just kidding. They get 1 stick. That's all we can afford to give them. Okay, this is my life, my story, my book. I will no longer allow anyone to write it, nor will I apologize for the edits I make. Motivation is a lie. Be determined and disciplined. And as soon as you believe and decide you got this, you will. All right, you guys. That was a really long morning, but I'm so glad that we got to learn all that stuff. Get to it. Make it happen. Boom. Excited for you all. Mwah. We'll see you guys soon. Happy close. Bye.